What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Erica from The In-Between. Today, I'm going to be diving into my full review of the Simplified Dropshipping program by Scott Hilse. If you've been looking into different ways to make money online, then you've probably heard this guy talking about dropshipping like it's the ultimate side hustle. In this review, I'm breaking down exactly what this course teaches, what the dropshipping business model looks like today, how much his course costs, and obviously whether or not Scott's course is really worth your time and money, or if there's a way easier and less risky way to actually build something real online, much like the model I linked a free training for down below. And just a quick disclaimer here, guys, I'm not affiliated with Scott Hilse or his Simplified Dropshipping in any way. This is all just my honest opinion based on my own experience digging into his course and my thoughts on the dropshipping model itself. With that being said, let's jump right in. All right, so the Simplified Dropshipping course was created by Scott Hilse and is really meant for beginners who want to learn dropshipping by building what's called a one-product store. His whole idea is that you find one winning product, set up a Shopify store around it, and then run Facebook ads to get sales. But keep in mind, guys, that Scott started this method way back when Facebook ads were cheaper, like around 50 cents per click. And back then, obviously, it was a lot cheaper to get results faster. But today, it's a whole different story. Inside the course, you're getting about 29 different video lessons, and it all adds up to just under 3 hours of content. It covers how to set up your Shopify store, buy a domain, set up your Facebook business manager, create running ads, find products, and when to outsource and scale up. He also shows you how to set something up called the Freedom Funnel, but honestly, it's just using some basic free Shopify apps that have been around forever, like abandoned cart recovery and countdown timers. He teaches basic product research, but it's mostly the old school stuff like scrolling Facebook ads, looking at AliExpress, or checking basic Google trends. And while that kind of stuff worked years ago, it's very outdated now because as soon as a product starts trending, guys, it gets copied and saturated within days. You do also get access to his private Facebook group, but unless you pay extra, you're not really getting any real one-on-one coaching. And the lessons move way too fast according to some students. For example, there's one part where he teaches Facebook ads in just about under 8 minutes, which obviously isn't enough if you're brand new to e-com and you're actually trying to figure all this stuff out. When it comes to Scott's online reputation, he has been in the dropshipping space since around 2017, and he's managed to build a decent following along the way. His YouTube channel has over 100,000 subscribers, which is pretty impressive, and his personal Instagram's sitting at around 36,000 followers. Early on, he managed to gain a lot of traction through things like tutorials and collaborations. And as you can see here, you'll see tons of student testimonial screenshots on his landing page saying that they've made sales or have gotten great results from his course. But here's the thing, guys, outside of his own social platforms, there's not a ton of social proof floating around online. I wasn't able to find any Trustpilot reviews, Reddit threads, or any real breakdowns from real students showing long-term success. So if you ask me, it really does feel like all of the hype lives inside of his own marketing, and once you step outside of all of that, it's basically crickets. And obviously that makes it very tough to tell how well the course really works for most people. When it comes to pricing, the course costs $497 as a one-time fee. It includes around 3 hours of video lessons that walk you through setting up a store, finding a product, and running ads, like I mentioned. But to be real with you guys, most of what's inside the course you can already find on YouTube for free. On top of that, the refund policy isn't really clear either, so you don't even know if you're getting your money back if it's not what you expected. And it goes without saying, you also got to think about all of the extra fees when you start dropshipping itself, like running ads, Shopify fees, apps, and product testing, all of which adds up extremely fast. And with all of that being said, here's the thing about dropshipping itself. While it might sound good on paper, once you're actually in it for a few weeks, you quickly start to realize just how messy it really is. First of all, the competition with e-commerce itself is extremely brutal. As soon as a product pops up, it's basically a race to the bottom. thousands of other sellers are probably already jumping on it, copying the same product in ads, and all of a sudden you're stuck slashing your prices just to stay in the game. Second, Facebook ads aren't cheap anymore. When Scott started, you probably could have gotten clicks for pennies, but you're now looking at least $1 to $3 per click or even more. Customer acquisition costs have exploded in the past few years, and it's super easy to blow at least $1,000 on ads without even making a single sale. And even if you do start making sales, the margins are extremely low. Dropshipping profit margins these days usually only sit at around 5 to 20%. So when people are bragging about making $1,600 a day, they're probably only walking away with like $100 to $200 after considering things like ad spend, shipping costs, refunds, and all of the other stuff no one likes to talk about. Plus, you obviously don't own anything. You don't own the product you're selling. You don't own your customer relationships, and you don't have any real brand. Your whole business model could fall apart the second someone else copies you or Facebook decides to ban your ad account, both of which happen all the time. It's all to say that dropshipping itself is a very stressful, expensive business model with no real long-term security. And if you look at the stats, guys, the failure rate really shows it. Around 90% of dropshipping stores crash and burn within their first month. But if you're serious about making real money online without all the headaches, then you need to look at the digital rental method instead. Instead of chasing the next viral product or spending thousands of dollars on ads that may not even work, you basically build digital real estate that pays you every single month. How it works is you basically pick a local service niche around the US, like in my case, fencing repair, and you build a simple website targeting a city. Once that site starts ranking on Google, it starts generating leads like phone calls from people looking for that service in their area. You then rent out all of those leads to a local business owner for a monthly finder's fee in return for all of those calls. For example, I built this fencing repair site for Colorado Springs a few years ago. It didn't take any crazy skills or a ton of money to get it live, and once it was live, it started pulling in a ton of leads. Once it started pulling in leads, I found a local fencing company who was basically begging me to pay for them. To this day, he still makes thousands of dollars from all of those calls, and I get paid like clockwork every single month. Unlike dropshipping, where you're fighting with thousands of other sellers and getting squeezed on margins, with the digital rental method, you're only competing with a handful of local businesses. No constant ad spend, no constant testing, and no worrying about overseas shipping times or refund rates. The best part is, once your site is up and ranking, it just keeps working around the clock 24/7. My fencing site's been bringing in passive income for a little over 2 years now with barely having to touch it. If you ask me, guys, I will always recommend this because it's actual passive income that you're building with digital assets that actually last, not just chasing trends that die out in a few weeks. All right, guys, that's it for my review of the Simplified Dropshipping course by Scott Hilse. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for future reviews just like this one. And let me know in the comments what you thought about today's video. And if you're ready to build a real income stream online with the digital rental method, go ahead and check out the free training I've linked in the description below that goes over the whole business model in complete detail. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.